Guys, I know it's been a long time since my last video, so I thought I'd bring you a quick one today. I don't have much time. I'm about to head to work. Got a shower and shave, as you can see. But as I was putting on my go-to work watch, I thought, hey, why not make a video about just how great this watch is? If you didn't already know, it's the Seiko SARB or SARB035. This is the white or cream dial version, which I think is probably less popular. But honestly, I think a more versatile, more appropriate, like single watch collection kind of watch than its more popular black dialed brother. So I thought today, why not sing its praises a little bit? It'll be a short one, pretty informal. And I'm going to take you to the table that's actually right in front of me so we can look at the watch while I'm talking instead of at my disgusting neckbeard. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll be back once the semester winds down and once I have less grading to do with some more content and some more planned, more formal content. But for now, let's talk about how great Seiko is. Alright, so without further ado, here is my Seiko SARB035 and the assorted accoutrements that I wear it with. This is not going to be a full-on review of the watch. There's plenty of those on YouTube. You can go ahead and find one. You don't need me to tell you all the details and the specs that everyone already basically knows. And if you don't know, just do a quick YouTube search and you'll find them. Any video of either this or the 033 will give you that information. I just want to go through my 5 reasons that this is the most versatile watch under $500, at least a versatile mechanical watch. I think if you were going to buy just one watch, either for yourself or as a gift for someone who's not really a watch person, and you want something that is stylish, affordable, well-made, reliable, and still has some character and some class and will appeal to people who like watches, this is the perfect option. So whether that's going to be your one watch forever, or maybe you want to buy one watch that will fit into every purpose in your life, more or less, until you can afford some other pieces, I think this is the perfect watch for that, if you're in that under $500 category. For me, I bought this from Long Island Watches. I believe at the time there was a small discount. I ended up paying about $330 for it. It's always under $400 it seems like, but I think right now it's more like $379. So the prices will vary, but under $400. It comes, if you didn't know, in the JDM or Japanese Domestic Market style box with a Japanese domestic warranty that is not valid internationally, so you can't really use the warranty for anything. Keep that in mind if you're going to buy one. And it's this gray box with the sort of soft beige cushion inside. It's very simple, nothing special, but a little bit nicer than those ubiquitous blue international boxes with the leatherette cushion. But with that out of the way, it comes also on this oyster style bracelet. I've never worn mine on the bracelet. It's not even sized. I think it's a pretty high quality bracelet for the price bracket it fits in, but personally I think that this watch looks better on leather straps than it does in a bracelet, partially due to its small size, but also because of its conservative stylings. The bracelet does, if you hadn't guessed already or didn't know, does have solid end links as well. Sorry about the focusing issues, this is not the best room for me to be doing this in. And anyway, okay, so reasons that this gorgeous watch with its beautiful needle seconds hand is the most versatile watch in its price bracket. Well, simple. These are in no particular order, but number 5, it has a very understated style. This is a watch that is undoubtedly, recognizably tasteful, fashionable, and stylish. It has really nice lines and curves. The The applied indices in the hands are nicely faceted and beveled. Has a really gorgeous, sorry about the light, has that really gorgeous needle second hand, nice script for the automatic. It looks really nice. It's very tasteful, very stylish. If you hang out with people who appreciate like good, sensible fashion, they're all going to approve of this watch, whether it's to their taste or not. Part of that is the size of the watch. It is understated not only because it's a very simple, clean dial with really no adornment other than the seconds and minutes track, but also because it's 38 millimeters. This means two things. I mean, if you're like me and you have tiny, tiny wrists, it means it's a really appropriate size for my scale. Anything bigger to me would not look like a dress watch. But if you're a little bit larger than I am, I would encourage you to stop feeling like you have to wear 40, 42, 44 millimeter watches all the time. A 38 millimeter watch looks good on almost every men's wrist size, even if you're a really big, strong dude. It might make it more of a dress watch for you, and something you wouldn't maybe wear casually when you're out and about with friends the way I do, but it will still look really good on your wrist. People like what they like, but I would encourage you to be a little bit more comfortable wearing something with a little restraint and a little, understated fashion. But that combination, that conservative size and conservative styling, mean that this watch is at home and will look good with almost any outfit and any setting you could find yourself in, outside of maybe like outdoor activities like camping, or if you work in construction or something like that, it probably isn't appropriate. But pretty much any office, social, or just casual everyday wear, this watch will look good while you're wearing it. Number 4 is that it kind of is related. It's versatile with many different colors and styles. Like I said before, the 033, which is the black dialed version, I'll include a picture right here. The 033 is more popular, I think, than the 035. And it's a beautiful watch, but to me the black dial makes it less versatile. And if this is your main watch or your only watch, I think you'll get a lot more mileage out of a white dialed model. This is simple. The black dial looks great with clothes that match black, right? Seems very simple. But if you're like me and you wear a lot of gray and a lot of blue, I'm a professor, and I just like those colors, but I find myself wearing a lot of like gray wool blazers, blue and white button downs, khakis, brown pants. Black just doesn't look that good with that color scheme. And this, especially on a brown strap, or if you want to go casual, on a blue and white NATO or a blue Perlon, this matches that color scheme perfectly. And while the 033 can't kind of hop over into the other styles and other color schemes as easily, in my opinion, this can, because as soon as you put it on a black strap, this is a black strap from De Beer, as soon as you put it on a black strap, suddenly, sorry for this really crude rendering, suddenly you have a watch that will look perfect with a suit slid under your cuff, at a wedding or sort of formal social environment, or even in an office if you dress up in black and white, depending on your work. So I think that if you imagine life as wearing things that match black and wearing things that match white, this can fit in either category as long as you have the right straps, whereas the 033 is a little bit more limited. Other than that, I mean, all of these rules hold the same for both watches, but in this case, I think you can wear the 035 with more clothing combinations and in more settings. The third reason that this is the most versatile watch under $500 is simple. I mean, it's a dress watch stylistically, and most of the times I wear it, are when I'm teaching or when I'm at work, or when I'm out with friends at night. But it has 100 meter water resistance. I think this is on the back if I can get it to zoom. It has 100 meter water resistance, which you can see where my thumb is. It says 10 bar. It has anti-magnetic properties, which you can see on the other side, right before made in Japan. That little horseshoe with the line under it. It has a, as you would expect at this price range, DiaShock shock absorption protection, and of course it's an automatic watch, so you don't have to worry about hand winding it. You know, this reminds me very much of a Rolex Datejust in that versatility. Obviously this does not have a screw down crown or anything like that, but it's 100 meters water resistant. If you want to, you can go swimming in this watch and feel very comfortable. You know, you wouldn't be recommended to go diving, and you certainly wouldn't want to have, bump or move or operate the crown underwater since it doesn't screw down. You're a little bit more in risk of catching it on something, but you could absolutely swim in this watch. You can wash up in this watch. You can be in a torrential downpour in this watch and never have to worry about it. And in that sense, it does combine sports functionality and dress style much the same way that the Rolex Datejust does, at a fraction of the price, and of course in a slightly different package aesthetically. Similarly, it also has loomed hands, and it has tiny loom pips at the end of each of the applied indices. So much fingerprint on this, sorry. Anyway, at the end of each indice, I don't know if you can see it in this light, there's a little white loom pip, and then the middle parts of the hands, where they're not metal, is also loomed. And so, this doesn't look like a diver, but if you're out at night or, if you wanted to take it camping, you'll be able to read the time. And it has that kind of sports DNA inside of a dressy, understated package, which I think only adds to the versatility of the piece. Yeah, of course, if you have a collection of other watches, I don't wear this watch camping or hiking, and I wouldn't wear it swimming either because I have diving watches that I wear for that. But if this is your first serious watch or your only serious watch purchase and you want it to be appropriate and at least usable in every setting, you can't do much better. You can go swimming in this. I wouldn't personally wear a suit with an SKX, and so if that's the kind of decision you're making and you don't actually do diving and water activities, this is a much, much more versatile option. Number two is, this is true of all Seikos, but it's a reliable, sorry about the focusing again, it's a reliable, tough watch, and it's easy to service. These movements can take a beating, they last forever. This watch has a 6R15C inside of it, but Seiko movements in general are very well made. They're unlikely to break. They're unlikely to need to be serviced often, and they last a long time in between services. But if you do need to repair them, or you do need to service them, any competent watchmaker should be able to do it, which is especially important if you're buying domestic models outside of Japan because your warranty doesn't count. And so, that for some watch brands that might be frightening. The new Rolex warranty changes have turned a lot of people off, perhaps, of buying gray market or used Rolexes. For a Seiko, it doesn't really matter. If you live somewhere with a good, independent watchmaker, they'll be able to fix this watch. When I was in New York City, I knew that I could walk in somewhere in pretty much any neighborhood and get my Seiko fixed, which is nice. And just knowing that you don't have to have it fixed very often because it's unlikely to break or have problems is also, sort of a reason to sigh with relief. My 6R15 operates well within spec. Maybe I'll post some specs to the right here. I don't know them off the top of my head. Mine is much more accurate than that. But it's accurate enough. You won't have to reset it all that often, and it's durable. It has a 50-hour power reserve, and pretty much anyone who repairs watches can repair it at a very low cost with easy access to parts. Which, if it's your first serious watch or your one serious watch, is something you really should be looking for. You don't want something as your main watch or only watch that has obscure parts that people won't know how to fix. They have to send far away to get it serviced because it might be the only watch you reasonably will have to wear. And so this you can take in somewhere in the neighborhood, get it fixed, get it back the next day, and not have to worry too much. And finally, my number one reason that this is the most versatile watch under $500, after combining those first four reasons, that it's understated and stylish, that it matches a lot of different settings, outfits, social occasions, that it's sporty with its water resistance and its loom, and that it's durable and easy to fix. My number one reason, combining all of those, is that it's exceptionally comfortable and satisfying to wear. It's not as thin, perhaps, as I would love it to be, but it's thin enough to fit under a cuff easily. It looks great on the wrist, and it feels comfortable. It feels like a high-quality watch. You notice it in that sense, like I'm wearing a real watch, but it's also light and curves the wrist nicely and doesn't catch on stuff, and it's just a pleasure to wear. And with that, to close out the video, I'm going to put it on. So, as I head to work today, this is my Seiko SARB035 on my tiny little wrist. This is on just a cheap imitation crocodile strap from Amazon, and it looks like $1 million. What a great watch for the money. Whether you're trying to start moving up from your Seiko 5s and your cheap dive watches into a new tier of watchmaking, or whether you're just looking for one watch for yourself because you can't be bothered to collect and you don't want to spend a lot of money, or whether you're trying to buy your brother or your father or your son a gift, I think it would be hard-pressed to find a better, more appropriate, more versatile watch than this that will work for pretty much anyone who doesn't have some kind of extreme lifestyle. Tell me what you think. I'd be interested to hear below whether you prefer the 035, this white cream dial version, or the 033, the black dial version, and why. And if you prefer one or the other, let me know. Is it your main watch, or is it just one in a larger collection? Because I think that makes a huge difference. People like the black dials, but I think if you're trying to match every instance in your life that you might need a watch, I really think a white dial watch, a dressy white dial watch, is a more appropriate option. Anyway, let me know what you think. Share your thoughts below. Let me know if you have any watches under $500 that you'd pick before this is the most versatile. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.